Welcome to our International Student Brief program. Today, we dive into some pressing issues affecting students around the globe. First up, a new bill in the US could potentially block Chinese students from obtaining visas, raising concerns about their academic futures and sparking debates on xenophobia and national security. Next, we turn our attention to Canada, where the government faces yet another delay in amending citizenship laws impacting children born abroad to Canadian citizens. This ongoing saga highlights the complexities of citizenship and the need for reform in the face of constitutional challenges. Lastly, we explore the situation in Australia, where universities are facing criticism for prioritizing profit over education. Professors are speaking out against high salaries and the treatment of international students, leading to calls for significant reforms. Please continue to tune in for more detailed coverage. South China Morning Post highlights the growing tension surrounding a proposed bill by Republican lawmakers in the U.S. aimed at banning Chinese students from obtaining student visas. This bill, which cites concerns over espionage, could significantly impact the academic aspirations of thousands of Chinese students currently studying in the U.S. For instance, Mia Kong, a 23-year-old aspiring AI master's student, expressed her worries about how a potential ban could derail her educational and career plans. Meanwhile, Nadine Lin, a high school student from Hong Kong, lamented the uncertainty, stating that she had long prepared for her future studies in the U.S. The bill, if passed, would send a chilling message to prospective students, as it indiscriminately targets all Chinese nationals, regardless of their field of study. The Toronto Star reports on a court's decision to grant the Canadian government additional time to amend its citizenship law, which currently discriminates against children born abroad to Canadian citizens under the second-generation cutoff rule. This ruling comes after the Ontario Superior Court found the existing law unconstitutional and mandated that Ottawa take action by April 25. The Liberal government's previous attempts to pass Bill C-71, which aimed to rectify this issue, were thwarted when Parliament was suspended. Lawyer Sujit Chowdhury, representing affected families, criticized the government's lack of a concrete plan to address the ongoing rights violations, highlighting the urgency for a resolution to ensure that lost Canadians can obtain citizenship without discrimination. South China Morning Post brings attention to a new bill being introduced by U.S. House Republicans that seeks to block Chinese citizens from obtaining student or research visas due to alleged espionage risks. Representative Riley Moore, the bill's sponsor, claims that many Chinese students serve as intelligence gatherers for the Chinese Communist Party. Despite the potential for the bill to face significant opposition, particularly from those who argue that the contributions of Chinese students to academia and innovation are invaluable, the political climate remains fraught with concerns over national security. Critics of such bans emphasize the importance of maintaining people-to-people ties and the benefits that come from international academic collaboration, suggesting that a blanket ban could stifle innovation and harm U.S. competitiveness on the global stage. The Sydney Morning Herald highlights a troubling trend in Australian universities, where the corporatization of higher education has led to a prioritization of profits over academic integrity. Professors have voiced concerns during a Senate inquiry, pointing out that vice-chancellors earn astronomical salaries, often exceeding that of the Prime Minister, while the reliance on international student fees has left institutions financially vulnerable. This was starkly illustrated when the Australian National University ceased holding graduation ceremonies at multiple times throughout the year, leaving many international students without the opportunity to celebrate their achievements. Instead, they were offered a rubber duck as a consolation prize, raising questions about the value placed on student experience and the overall governance of educational institutions. Critics argue that the corporate mindset has infiltrated university councils, resulting in a culture of exorbitant executive pay and underpayment scandals that undermine the educational mission. In a contrasting narrative, The Guardian explores the emotional turmoil experienced by Americans traveling abroad during the Trump administration. The author recounts their encounters with strangers who expressed pity and confusion over the state of the U.S., reflecting a collective concern for the nation's well-being. Conversations revealed a deep empathy from foreign individuals who, despite their own histories of hardship, felt compelled to connect with the bewilderment surrounding American politics. This sense of solidarity was both comforting and disheartening, as the author grappled with feelings of anger and depression about the political climate back home. The interaction served as a reminder of the shared humanity that transcends borders, highlighting the importance of kindness and understanding in turbulent times. Ultimately, the author returned to the U.S. feeling a mix of fear and hope, underscoring the profound impact of global perceptions on individual identity and national pride. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the xenophobia team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of xenophobia brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the xenophobia team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize xenophobia brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, xenophobia.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive xenophobia brief via email.